This is the Tilley Outback TWC7 hat, my ultimate favorite hat, and this is a review of this hat. So keep watching and I'll tell you more. So I have been wearing these Outback hats for about 2-3 years now. This is the second iteration because the first one mysteriously went missing from my van, and so I just had to get another one. And at this point, I probably can't live without it. Spoiler alert, I think this is a fantastic hat and one well worth adding to your outdoors wardrobe. So let's just get straight into why, starting off with function. So if you haven't come across the Tilley Outback before, it is one of Tilley's famous hats, and this one is made out of a heavy duty wax cotton. If you're familiar with the Vida Pros, it's a similar, feels like a similar material and has a similar weave to that G1000 heavy duty and has similar properties. So it sheds the rain pretty well. It's not a waterproof hat, so if you're in an absolute downpour it will start seeping through the seams. But I've been outside when it's been raining for hours on end and I haven't really felt all that damp underneath it. It's just been a generally good hat for this kind of weather. So you'll probably hear there's quite a lot of wind in the background. We've had drizzle and bits of rain moving through, but the type of weather you would get inside the woodland is perfect for this. So you don't generally get those heavy downpours when you're underneath the tree canopy, usually a bit sheltered, whereas if you're out on the hills, I'd really recommend getting something properly waterproof. So when it comes to water resistance, it's pretty good for the UK. Good for all the drizzle, and what I like about wearing a hat as opposed to wearing a hood is when you have a hood up, you start losing that peripheral vision and makes it difficult to kind of see around. I just find it irritating having a hood. Whereas with a hat, pass it on this way, you've still got that airflow around you, you've still got your peripheral vision, you can still see to the sides. And it's just so much more comfortable than wearing a hood, for me at least. Now, this is a heavy duty hat. It does really well, as I say, for rain. It keeps you decently warm. It's not going to keep you warm enough when you hit proper winter. I usually switch into a normal woolly hat for that. But for most of the year in the UK, particularly when you're in the woods and woodlands, when it's pretty cool and damp, it's perfect. You will find it a little bit hot in the summer because of the heavy duty fabric and the waxy repellency. You won't get as much breathability like you would out of one of their lighter hats, ones with more airflow, ones made out of a more breathable material. But as I said, for most of the year you're not going to get that cold, you're not going to get that hot. It's going to be something in between, and that's where this hat really does shine. Now, whenever I talk about an item, I always mention durability. One of the big things for me personally is durability. I think it's a form of sustainability in a way, because you want something to last a good long time. If you go spend money on something, you're going to get it produced, someone's going to produce it, it should last a long time. I'm a guy, I'm not a big fan of shopping. I just want to get something that works well, that fits well, that lasts. And this has been through downpours, this has been bashed through hedges, it has been dropped countless times, it's been swept off my head. It's been sat on, it's been crammed into bags, and it's survived with barely even a trace. It's well smoked, starting to get a bit of a patina going. But yeah, durability, I can't complain at all. And it comes with Tilley's normal lifetime warranty, so the quality of it is just incredible. Yeah, no complaints with the durability at all. It's a hard wearing piece of kit, and you should expect for it to last you a good long time. Moving on to fit. Now, Tilley hats. Again, if you don't know about Tilley hats, they will have different sizes of hat. So if you look inside there, because I have a tiny head, I have a 7 1/4 Tilley hat, and they also fit, they're supposed to fit quite snugly. So the normal rule is that you should be able to fit 2 fingers in between the brim of your hat and your head, and it should sit quite low on your head. This gives it a good bit of wind resistance, and I find it a really comfortable fit. The other thing to think about when you're looking at the Tilley hat range is the width. Now this comes in the width of the brim. This comes into play a bit more when you're talking about form, how good it looks. But it also comes into play with function as well. So a broader brim obviously gives you more weather protection, it gives you more sun protection. But because of how low the Tilley hat sits in your head, a narrow brim is pretty decent. But if you want more weather and sun protection, say you're going to the tropics or you're spending more time in a canoe and you're looking for something with a bit more brim, then you might want to go for a model that has a bit more width and a bit more length to it. And if we're talking purely about form as well, if you've got quite a thin face like I do, having a narrower brim just works a little bit better aesthetically. If you've got a wider face, you might want to go for a wider brim. It's kind of like how you size sunglasses to your face and all that sort of stuff, which, yeah, I mean, fashion tips from Bushcraft, what else do you expect from this channel? Aesthetically, really nice. Well, so it's got a brown canvas trim there, looks kind of like leather, nice green color, and as I said, it develops a patina beautifully over time and looks quite nice and weathered. Most comfortable hat, really durable, and just a solid piece of kit for protecting you from sun to rain, so on. Downsides of this hat, I'd say there's always going to be trade-offs. When you want durability and you want weather resistance, chances are you're going to sacrifice weight and breathability. And it is a heavier hat. It is not going to give you as much breathability during the summer as a regular sun hat. As I said, pick the season you're working on. You might want to get a different summer hat and definitely want to get a different winter hat. Another thing that I find a bit of a faff that I've never quite been able to work out is the wind cords on the inside there. So these are supposed to just strap in and just fit around your head a bit more snugly, just to pull it tight to stop it from falling off. I've had to play around with them and find them a bit of a faff, so it's not ideal. Talking about features that I don't really use, there is a little hidden pocket on the inside there. Presumably you can put some valuables or cash or something else in there, so that when your hat floats away, it'll be taking important things with you, because this hat does float, which is handy for you if you're on canoe trips, so on. And Tilley, I think, used to insure it against loss in the first year or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, it's been a while since I've been in the marketing department, since I've been in sales at an outdoor shop for these hats, so not sure what the warranty is for loss at the moment, but for general replacement and repair and everything else, Tilley have an excellent reputation and they're a great company to work with. Not that I have been sponsored or paid to do this video at all. These hats I bought with my own money, may have got a staff discount of 1 or 2, but I bought them because I love them, and I think you'll definitely enjoy having one as well. So there you have it. I hope you found this useful, and what do you usually wear on your head? Love to know. And with that, I think I've rambled on for long enough. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to make the most of every day, and I'll see you in the next video. Over and out.